Hi, my name is Brittany Bono, and my complex problem is over obesity in females in the United States. I chose this because education, health, and society, as well as social science, are my two cognates. I've always been interested in human anatomy, nutrition, and general physical fitness. This made me question upon women's lack of physical condition, and obesity has become a complex global issue that's tied to one of the leading causes of death in the U.S. Some goals for this presentation: 1. To realize how quickly obesity is growing and affecting women in the U.S. 2. Awareness of causes and consequences of obesity. 3. Treatments and prevention. And 4. Approaches to solving this problem. So my audience is any woman who is most at risk, especially younger women. This audience can be affected the most by this issue and need to be aware of all the risks. Another reason I chose this audience is because I feel as if they can be the most effective in preventing this problem if the individuals were educated enough on the topic, as well as the other components that are tied into it. So I started off my introduction with a short clip from CNN on what is obesity, and I will share that. So according to the article, The Problem of Obesity and Dietary Nudges, scholars agree that the United States is experiencing a mounting obesity epidemic, a problem that negatively affects not only our individual health, but also the institutions that make up our healthcare systems, like Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. Obesity is a complex issue in which a number of interconnected elements are believed to contribute to different cultures, creating individuals with various health risks. Although there's an increased awareness about the consequences of obesity, there's still a lack of understanding about not only the reasons, but also the best treatment for it. So why does this matter? Obesity is a complex health problem involving biological, economic, environmental, personal, and societal components. Social and physical environment, genetics, prenatal, and early life impacts and actions such as poor diet and physical inactivity are all known contributors to obesity. According to an article by Williams, nearly 70% of adult Americans are overweight or obese, and an unsustainable amount of money is spent on obesity-related problems every year. So on the right, I put a little screen clipping from the America's Health Ranking website, and it's just associated with women. And it also gave me the percentages from women from ages 18 to 44. So in ages 18 to 24, the obesity percentage is 20.4%. In women 25 to 34, it's 32%, and in ages 35 to 44, it's 35%. So to kind of summarize this slide, the law has always been linked to nation's health, and it's past time to take action. Perhaps more of the existing techniques can be successfully implemented to address American obesity if the obesity pandemic is reframed as a national security issue. So if nothing is done to address this problem, then America will decline as a nation and might be unable to adequately protect itself against present and future threats. So I sort of made this slide like the 3 C's: causes, complications, and consequences, and then on the left it shows an image of obesity causes with arrows towards all the factors that are contributed. So according to the CDC, many factors can contribute to excess weight gain, including eating patterns, environmental factors, physical activity levels, and sleep routines. Social determinants of health, genetics, and taking certain medications all play a role. Overweight and obesity are the result of a variety of social, behavioral, cultural, and environmental and physiological factors. So things like we said, eating and physical activity patterns, insufficient sleep, and several other factors can influence weight gain. So the conditions in which we live, work, learn, and play are called social determinants of health. And it can be difficult to make healthy food choices and get enough physical activity if these conditions don't support health, positive health. Environmental factors include things like lifestyle behavior, what we eat or how much we eat, as well as like the level of physical activity. Some illnesses may lead to obesity or weight gain as well, and then other things like drugs like steroids or antidepressants may also cause weight gain. So this is just continued. A national study of U.S. adults concluded that obesity is associated with several serious health conditions, including type 2 diabetes, heart disease, cardiovascular disease, inflammation, hypertension, low quality of life, and stroke. It also is linked to higher rates of certain types of cancers. And then obesity is an independent risk factor for heart disease, sleep apnea, hernia, and arthritis. One of the most difficult consequences of obesity is emotional distress, and this is definitely big on like young women as well, because physical attractiveness is frequently associated with body shape in American society, particularly among women. Overweight individuals may be hurt by such messages, and many people believe that obese people are just food addicts or lazy, but that's not always the case. So as a result, obese people are frequently subjected to prejudice or discrimination in the workplace, at school, and in social settings. Rejection, shame, and depression are frequent feelings. This kind of just goes off all the slides that we've talked about already, besides the solutions, but we will get to that. This is just showing like causes, effects, solutions, but it kind of gives you like a wide variety. So furthermore, we talk about how obesity can affect mental health, and obesity has also been related to a higher prevalence of mental illness. One study found that adults with excess weight had a 55% chance higher risk of developing depression over their lifetime compared to people that did not struggle with obesity. There are a number of practical and societal factors that can contribute to mental health concerns in obese patients, including quality of life, weight bias and discrimination, poor body image, and psychological issues. There's been several research studies that have found that obesity is linked to mood and anxiety disorders. This means that if you are obese, then you are more likely to suffer from a mental health condition like depression, panic disorder, bipolar disorder, or anxiety. Obesity does not directly cause mental health issues. However, the relationship between the two differ from person to person. So this screen clipping was found by in an article by Elliot Berry that displays a table of the 9 multi-level responsibilities and examples of strategies required for tackling obesity, and there's 9 there listed with the levels, and then some action strategies that are explained underneath. And then some other possible factors to blame that were mentioned by a website called Nursing Answers included a lack of science, marketing, as well as fast food convenience. Another one that was found from an article by Stanford and Kyle is that mass media plays a critical role in creating an environment where progress is possible. And I think this is especially prevalent for young women. Individuals are responsible for their health promoting habits, but only when they have the resources to do so. To summarize, we're all responsible for our own habits and choices, and everyone shares a collective responsibility for addressing the obesity epidemic. So, according to Laskowski, significant research has been conducted on the benefits of exercise on body weight loss. The majority of studies show that exercise alone has a minimal influence on body weight loss when compared to calorie restriction. Exercise, when combined with food restriction, has a synergistic effect that boosts weight loss beyond what diet alone can achieve. Obesity prevention initiatives are still in place in more than half of the U.S. local health departments, and they are usually given the top priority. So some general ways to prevent and treat obesity include maintain a healthy diet consisting of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, protein like meat, eggs, nuts, seeds, soy, low-fat or fat-free dairy, oils and healthy fats, and then limit processed foods and sodium and sugar. So another one would be practicing good sleep hygiene. You want to get anywhere from 7 to 8 hours of sleep exercise at least 150 minutes a week or more, reduce stress, practice mindful eating, and limit screen time. As stated by Wellman, the prevention and treatment of overweight and obesity requires a combination of nutrition and physical exercise. Because of its complicated origin, no single weight loss strategy is the most effective or is the most correct. So because obesity is difficult to reverse and weight loss and maintenance are difficult challenges, the focus should be on long-term prevention through appropriate nutrition and physical activity. And in conclusion, people will perhaps become more aware of the causes and effects of obesity after seeing this presentation. Many people are unaware of how harmful obesity is to the body and general health. Obesity is on the rise today and will continue to rise unless we do something about it, such as raising awareness about how serious it is and encouraging people to adopt a healthier lifestyle. Staying away from this complex problem requires a good diet and exercise 2 to 3 times per week. So let's all continue to fight obesity by living healthy lifestyles and working to make America a healthier place. Then these two are just my references. Thank you.